And one Maester falls. One Maester falls, ladies and gentlemen. 3 straight L's for the commish
Bro,
to end his season at
you ended my
5-8. Well, no, Tyler ended your season really
No,
theoretically, but
you,
man,
you. I
the
need you to clutch up,
commish,
bro. You, fuck, man.
the commish, ladies and gentlemen. I mean, he's going through it right now. He's out. He's off 3 straight L's. He's getting blown up in the group chat. Everybody's disrespecting the commish. Junebug is shitting all over his house all day. It's been a rough day for the commish, man. I mean, what do you think about your season as a whole? Let's start there because obviously this pod is for the whole crew, but it goes without saying that when the commish misses the playoffs, that's some news that needs to be discussed.
Yeah, it's a wrap, bro. Honestly, I hope Bijan fucking tears his shit up in the next game, bro. So Tyler can get some revenge for that grape. And you too, Deontay Johnson, bro. Uh, Kyle Pitts, where's Kyle Pitts been? 0 targets last game. Atlanta's kind of falling apart, but
The streets have been saying that you're asset trading, bro. I don't know if that's
I can't defend it. I can't. There's no.
next season. I think we need
Yeah,
to consider trading a little bit less there, commish, because
yeah. There's gonna be major rebranding next season, fellas. All right, some people are gonna get kicked out.
Mm.
It's time to lay the law down, bro. People running fucking wild in here. I sent a very nice Thanksgiving text on Thanksgiving after like a couple cocktails. I was feeling myself. I was like, send a couple. That shit ain't got no responses. I think I got like some thumbs up or some shit. Man, fuck this league, bro. I'm so done. Hey, as soon as this shit is over, whoever wins, if you don't get paid out, I'm gonna take my time, bro. If Arya's here, I'll be like, hey man, I'll pay you when I get to it. Don't worry about it.
No, you're gonna be one of those commissions. Now
It's,
we cannot
it's
fall
time
into.
to
We can't
use my
fall.
power.
Yes, I agree, but we can't fall into disrepair. Our once great
We're
our once great league cannot fall into disrepair. And
bro.
all you listeners out there, I've said it in the group chat and I'll say it again. This is not a democracy. I don't care about your vote. This is a fucking dictatorship. Call me Kim Jong Swenson.
Bro,
All right?
honestly, I'm surprised you even jumped in there and had my back, metrics, because you've been fucking MIA this whole year yourself. All right,
Hey man,
you're
I'm
for the
all about
people.
fairness. I'm all about fairness for the people. I will not allow collusion to occur in this league in any form. I will not allow any cheating to occur in this league. And look, let's be honest, Joaquin and Julian, they were just trying to get on your nerves. They were
Fuck
fucking with
Joaquin.
you. And
Fuck
neither of those
Julian.
guys are really going to cheat. Those are both good guys who are
Bitches.
going to end up being in the league next year
Fuck them.
because we're fucking blood in, blood out. You want to
Joaquin,
leave?
you can come back.
You want to leave? You got to talk to Jeremy.
Julian,
You
bye
got to
bye bye.
catch Jeremy in the octagon, bare knuckle, if you want to leave. All right.
Or Alex, bro.
Or Alex. Man, I haven't seen Alex fight. I've seen Jeremy fight a handful of
You don't
times,
need to
and
see Alex fight, bro.
he's a big fella.
You just gotta look at Alex. That's it.
Yeah, he's a big fella. Yeah, nobody wants to smoke with the boys, so it's blood in, blood out. You will all be back next season, and you'll like it. Like the
Imagine
subjects of North Korea, you will be back and listen to
Julian's
the
getting kicked out.
dictator.
All right. Yeah, man. Like, okay, statistically, the commission's not out, ladies and gentlemen. It's week 14. We're heading into week 14. Statistically, I have a shot at like dropping a 300 bomb and climbing up the ranks, baby. So it's
No,
never
I
been.
mean you're out. You don't have enough
It's
wins.
no.
You're 5-8.
What? What do you mean?
You're
I
5
can
and
get.
8. You can't pass both Mike and Jeremy.
Yeah, I'm out. God damn it. The sixth seed has 7 wins.
Yeah.
Damn, I'm the only one out then.
Yeah, you and
Besides
Ponchito.
Punch.
Yeah. Ponch got his
Yeah,
first win. Thank
that's
God.
all right.
Jesus.
I know. Thank you, Punch, by the way. Tyler will forever, ever hold that record in this league. It will never be broken. You had me there for a minute though, but uh Yeah, man. I joined Ponch in Cancun. We're the only two in Cancun, and you know what? It's finally, bro. I've been so fucking over fantasy this year. I think this is like one of my worst years ever, like across all four leagues. Not all four leagues, but like half. The leagues I want to, let's put it this way, the leagues I want to win in, I can't win in. Mine and Joaquin's league. Uh, but I feel like I don't know. I just feel good. I paid my fantasy dues already, and I'm just like, it's time to watch people crumble now. At least for me. This is where it gets fun for me, at least.
Yeah, and as these playoffs actually shake out and we have a full bracket, which we're going to talk about, kind of our predictions for how we see the remainder of the season going, it'll be even more fun to talk about some of these teams because if you all remember last year, the commission, the metrics both got into the playoffs, and then we're battling for that 3 seed. Neither of us made the championship game. So
Dog.
this year, man, look, we got some new people in the mix. Tyler is in the mix for God knows how long the first time. I mean, it seems like he's been in this league 16 years and maybe made the playoffs twice. Like a historical ass player. Like
That's
all-time
a
first ballot Hall of Fame ass is
ass.
Tyler, bro.
Yeah, I mean, when I really look at it, I want to root for Tyler, but he grate me so hard that I just want to see him miserable, bro. And to top it off, Tyler, he's been so ass for so many years. Like we talk about podiums in here, right? Who's cashing? Because like if you're not winning it all, podiums are important because at least you're getting your money back and or winning a little bit with second place. But um, Ty's been so bad that he cashed 1 year and then got his shit taken away on Christmas Day, which was like hilarious. But
He needs to change his name. I think a little good juju going into the playoffs. Let's change it from Adam's bomb to the Hall of Ass and have your icon as an ass. Really accept your fate and see how that works out for you in the playoffs.
um, you got a favorite, man? I mean, obviously, beside you could say yourself if but it's not. I mean, ever since the Thanos episode, I wish I could take it back because you've just been spiraling, bro. What are you like two and what 7 or something since the Thanos episode?
Yeah, not good. I think we were four. I was 4-0 before the Thanos episode, and now I'm 8-5 for the remainder of the season. So I went 4-5 since the Thanos episode. But look, like I'm happy with my team. I will say a couple things in my favor. I had the most points against now by a mile, 1590, and I
Yeah.
still have the most points for. I'm the only guy in the 1600 club, 1623. Nobody else is even over 1600 points. Closest to me is 70 points behind, 63 points behind. So, you hope that those kind of good performances don't revert to the mean in the playoffs because we've seen that happen where certain people will be, beating the brakes off of people all season and then they get in the playoffs and they put up a stinker. So let's hope that doesn't happen, but I'm feeling optimistic with my points for so far.
Okay, so what do we know, boys? Right? Let's talk about it before we get into this whole Mike freaking Joaquin. I'm gonna spend like 5 minutes on that at the end of the show. This whole drama. Joaquin, you've been hanging out with Julian too much, dog. Be careful. Brain rot is a real thing. All right. That's the Webster's word of the year. Be careful, man. Look it up if you don't know what brain rot is. But hanging around Julian too long, you're gonna catch some of this shit. It's highly contagious. So
What if Joaquin drops the joke, bro? What if he hits you with 1,000 dicks on the wall joke? Why if
can
Joaquin
you
hits me
imagine?
with that, man? Come on.
Joaquin, dude, Joaquin's low key like I don't know. He's talking shit. Like Joaquin used to be my boy. He still is my boy, but uh, he's slowly turning into Julian, bro. Little speckles of him transforming. Dude, don't hang out with him too long, Joaquin. All right, invite him over every now and then. It's cool, but you gotta check yourself, Joaquin. All right. So what do we know? Right, we know that there is one guaranteed bye week, ladies and gentlemen. Tyler in dramatic fucking fashion, dog. Njoku had the best game of his career, of course, against me. Like 2 tutties. I think he had 22, 23 fantasy points. I don't know. Uh, but Tyler, no matter what happens this week, you are guaranteed a bye week. All right, so congrats.
And we
And
called that early
yeah,
on.
yeah,
I
yeah,
think both of the Maesters, at least I know I did. I don't know if you agreed with me at the time, but right after the draft, we were saying Tyler was going to be in the playoffs. So
yeah.
once again, prescient as usual.
And not only guaranteed a bye week, but guaranteed the number one overall seed. So what does that mean for Tyler in the future? That means that he is gonna get to play according to the bracket, because the bracket starts off with 3 and 6 and then 4 and 5 in the middle, right?
Hmm.
So of course reseeding, so we're looking at these lower tiers for Tyler. So that means Mexico, who is his kryptonite. I would pay big money to see Mexico versus Ty in the semis.
That would
Cause
be nice, especially with a new pickup by Mexico that's gonna, potentially be a changer, saving his number one waiver until the last fucking waiver of the season, virtually the last, second to last waiver of the season, to get Isaac Guerrero from
hey,
the San Francisco 49ers at the running back position with, a guy that we talked about all season, McCaffrey, going down for, I mean, that's got to be a tough look for McCaffrey, missing the whole damn season with his Achilles, gets in and then injures himself again. So, we talked a lot about that trade, about whether that was a fair trade or not, and it turns out the McCaffrey owner is not happy at this point in the season.
he got finessed. But yeah, so Mexico or Javi, it's all deadly down here at the bottom, bro. People that have proven themselves, week in and week out. So Tyler, congrats on the number one bye. Our second bye week, ladies and gentlemen, and it comes down to this, man. Joaquin really fucked a lot of us this weekend because Mark, if you would have beat Joaquin this weekend,
Mm-hmm.
you would have been guaranteed a bye.
Yep.
Because like even if you would have lost, unless like Alex would have had a crazy like game where he beats Tyler by, hit the plus, he would have had to have won by like 120, 130 more points than you, which is like, and plus you still had to put up points. Um so you losing messed up your bye week, but you got another chance. Uh it comes down to whoever wins. Like
Yeah, basically, I have to if I win, I'm almost certainly guaranteed in because I'm over 100 points higher than Alex is at this point. So he would have to
yeah.
outscore me by 100 if I win. But if he wins in his matchup this week against Tyler, who's already got his bye week, and I lose against Jeremy, who's still technically fighting for a playoffs, but would also need some crazy circumstances to go. And look, Jeremy can still make the playoffs. He just has to win and outscore. He needs to win and get a lot of help. He needs to have Mexico lose, Javi lose, one of those guys, and outscore them by, a couple, maybe like 80, 90 points. So that's a tall task, but technically he's still got something to play for. He's not just going to, you know, give up at this point in the season because he could still technically make the playoffs.
So there's a lot of scenarios for this bottom half because 4, 5, and 6 all have 7 wins, but unfortunately the 4, 5 have like, actually I'll even throw the 6. No, not the 6. The 4 and 5 is going to be that scenario where you really got to put up like a massive amount of points to take those out. So to be fair, I think I'm going to go ahead and lock in the 4 and 5 seeds right now, like on the pod. I think Javi and Julian get in no problem, even with the loss.
Yeah, even with the loss, they'll make the playoffs. It'll just depend on what position they get in the playoffs.
It's
Because
really the 6th seed.
yeah, because well, Mexico and Julian play each other, right? So that makes a difference.
Yes.
And then Mike plays Hobby, so if Mike wins, he's going to have to win, have potentially Julian beat Mexico, and then outscore Mexico by 50 points, give or take. So that's basically the scenario in which he can make the playoffs. And one of the reasons why we're not going to get into the whole conversation yet because I know the commish wants to talk about it, but that's one of the reasons why we're kind of enforcing this no sit bullshit, no collusion, because Mike has a legitimate chance of making the playoffs, and I think it's really not that crazy. As the commish mentioned, Mexico's got some bye week issues going
Mhm.
into this week. So obviously we know the Ravens are on bye. He's not going to have Lamar Jackson. When we started the pod this year, we were talking about whether Lamar Jackson was going to be like the curse that he was for Tyler, where he had to score a certain amount of points to win. He's been one of the most important players on Mexico's team. So obviously Bucky Irving is a little bit hobbled this year, but he's balling out and fucking ran all over my shit last week. So we'll see, man. I still think there's a realm of possibility that Mike actually squeaks into these playoffs.
This is like hilarious because we were actually going to set these fuckers lineups like live because they pissed me off and I was gonna lock they shit. And what do you know? Like I said, fucking 5 p.m. whatever. It's 7:40. I I click on Mexico shit and his lineup is ready to go. That's what I like to see. All right, don't fuck around with the commish. Um,
Needs a kicker, but other than
yeah,
that,
needs
his
a
his
kicker,
his lineup is set. Yeah.
but I don't
And
think
Julian hit me up. He said set my lineup on the pod, but
man, fuck
we
that
I'm not
guy.
trying to get in. I don't want any allegations of misconduct here that we said it the wrong way or anything like that. So Julian, you're on your own. But man, talking about that team, like just as a little bit of a preview of how we think the playoffs are going to go, I think Julian's team is stacked still, man. And that's something I mentioned week
Nah.
one, that I thought that his team was going to be good going into the playoffs. I mean, he loses his running back that he traded for, but he's still got, a really
He
stacked
only
team.
has Josh Jacobs, bro. Like Tony Pollard has not been great as of late, and Kareem Hunt's time in Kansas City is done. Isaiah, like, what is going on here? Pacheco's back.
Yes, yes, yes. But I will say Tony Pollard has probably the easiest playoff schedule out of every running back.
Just very sketchy here.
He's got
Like,
Jacksonville, who are trash. He's got Cincinnati that couldn't guard anybody. Indianapolis that, look, as a Colts fan, we're a fucking garbage defense this year. And then Jax again at Jacksonville in week 17. So Tony Pollard's got a nice little setup here. All that to say, look, we'll talk about where we think these teams are going to shake
let-
out, but I don't think I will say give us credit, give me credit for calling this shit ahead. I knew he was going to make the playoffs. There was two teams I said were going to make the playoffs. I said Tyler was going to make the playoffs, and Julian. They're both going to make the playoffs.
let's fucking get into this, man. Let's do this, right? I want some real shit here. I want it live. Like let's do this, man. All right. There's a lot of hopes and dreams out here, but let's just where's Ponch at? Ponch. Right here.
Is there a trash
What
can over there
is
to put him in?
I should have put a little trash can here. Let's just you know what, Ponch? Fucking eliminated, bro. Let's stop playing around.
Eliminated. Commish, if there was a trash can, I'd put you on the top of the trash can instead of in the bottom of the trash can like Punch, if that makes you feel any better.
Is there any statistical
No,
like
you're done.
like
There's no,
100%?
there's, yeah, 100%. There's no method for you to make the playoffs.
Like no way. Like
Zero.
okay.
Yep.
All
Sorry.
right. Okay, what do we know? We know about the 1 seed. All right,
We know the one seed. Yep. We
let's
know
put Tyler
that
here. Let's make him
Tyler,
a little bit smaller.
even with
Bam.
the loss, is gonna remain as the number one seed in the playoffs and the top bye. So after reseeding, we'll play the lower seed after round one, basically.
All right, so we got Ty right here. Bam, 1 seed. Make your prediction. Go ahead. I'm gonna let you pick the 2 seed. You know, we'll do this together, but I'll let you pick the 2 seed since you're in the matchup. How you feel?
I think Tyler's gonna beat. I think Tyler's gonna beat Alex, and I think that's gonna give me the number two seed because I still think there's a chance that Jeremy's gonna beat me this week. His team's like projected over 100. He's got a lot of good players on his team. Really kind of showed up the last half of the season. Was asked to start, but I do think that Tyler beating Alex would guarantee me the two seed. So that's my scenario. I think we arguably Alex and I both lose this week, and if so, then I would keep the 2 seed.
Okay, so 1 and 2 are locked in. Now that this is our like predictions, all right? I really want to nail this, man, because we're maesters. Like we're seeing into the future type shit. Now, given what we know about we said Alex, we didn't even talk about Alex. Jeez, he's locked in as well. Alex is guaranteed no matter what happens, he's locked in for a playoff spot. But of course, there's the variable which we just talked about. He could end up getting a bye. So I think he's gonna be close. And with his points, since we already picked you at 2, I think I'm gonna lock in Alex at the 3 seed.
I mean, this is where it could get a little bit interesting, right? Because, and this is where like this kind of collusion bullshit that was going on in the group chat today, you're gonna end up fucking yourself by doing that because I
Fantasy
think
God.
because look, I think Julian is probably gonna win this week. He's gonna beat Mexico, who's got all these bye week issues with Lamar Jackson. And then if Alex loses to Tyler, which is the more likely scenario, even call it 51-49, 52-48, whatever you want to call it, it's more likely that Tyler wins that matchup. Alex could
Oh shit.
theoretically slide below
I
Julian and
didn't realize. I didn't realize the points.
yeah, he could be screwing himself there by getting a worse seed, and he would then have to be forced to play the 5 seed as opposed to the 6 seed, who look, the 6 seed right now, granted, is Mexico, who's been on a little bit of a run, but anytime you're looking at a seed, you want to get a higher seed as possible so you can play the lower seed.
Okay, so let's make it fucking poetic, right? Because this is what we're gonna do. So let's say Tyler beats Alex, right? That
I think
locks you
so.
in for the bye.
Mm-hmm.
Um, Julian wins against Mexico,
Yep.
brings his record to 8-5. Obviously, he's got about a 31-point lead on points. So let's throw Julian at the 3 seed,
Yep.
right? Let's
That's the way
grab
I see
him.
it going. I think Julian gets a 3 seed, and I think, I mean, this could get really
No,
shaked
the,
up too because we already got Javi too, who's like really, he's a point ahead of Alex at this point. So Alex could be anywhere theoretically from the 2 seed going into the playoffs all the way down to comfortably in the 5, potentially in the 6, but a lot of shit would have to go wrong. So, but
this,
Alex could be anywhere from 2 to 5, which is very interesting.
this is what I like, and this will be fucking poetic just for the league. So we'll keep Julian at the 3. I'm gonna lock in Alex at the 4 seed. I think he'll slide down to the 4.
Yep.
And what better matchup in the first round of the playoffs than Alex versus Javi?
Ooh, that's
I
gonna be
mean,
a good matchup.
two teams with a lot of history, man. And they were actually going back and forth in the chat like all season long. They played twice this year. And then Javi's last fucking message to Alex was, "You better do it when it counts." So just for that alone, I want to see, man. Let's go round 3, baby. I want to see it. It's a
That
lot.
would be a fun matchup, and I think there's a strong likelihood that actually happens. And it's possible. I think in that scenario, even if let's say Javi wins or loses, it's a potential that same matchup would exist because he
Yeah, yeah.
might drop from 4 to 5. Like if Javi wins, he might go up to 4, which would drop Alex to 5, um, based on win total and point total.
Oh
But
yeah, that's right.
even still, they would play each other. So I think that matchup is the most likely one to occur. Actually, statistically speaking, almost certainly Alex will be playing Javi in the first round. Whether they're 4 and 5, who's 4, who's 5, very likely those will be playing each other.
So the question becomes, this is like building a parlay on price picks, yo. This is like this is a 6-man we're building right now. So the 6 seed, do we lock in Joaquin, or is there any chance left? Like, okay, like who can I eliminate? I'm just asking you right now. I think Jeremy has. I think it's safe to eliminate just because Mike already has a 50 point. He's a 50-point underdog. Mike
Hmm.
is. Plus, he needs to win, which would put
Yeah, Jeremy would have
Jeremy
to
at like a
win.
90,
Yeah, he'd have
90
to
point
win,
underdog.
and cover by 90. So I think it's statistically, I mean it's very 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 unlikely, like 0.01%. He can technically make it, but
Yeah,
I'd be comfortable eliminating him. The bigger question is
Cancun.
who makes that 6 seed? Is it going to be Mike or Mexico? Because 50 points is not. We've seen a lot of 50-point blowouts this season.
Yeah, that's true. And like it's really not that crazy, right? Mike can come out and score like 130, which isn't that much higher than the mandate for the season, right? 130 points. And then Joaquin with no Lamar, with missing some of his top dogs, like he maybe comes out and like I don't know, gives like a 80 ish. So what if it's like 85 to like 140
Right.
or
Which
or
has
like
happened.
138, type game.
And look,
Um
I mean, look, I have the most points in the league. I've scored, I think, as low as 86 this season and scored as high as 151. So it's certainly possible. I will say, look, in all likelihood, we'll put Mexico in the 6. That's the
yeah,
most
yeah,
likely scenario, right?
yeah, I
But I
agree.
do think the possibility there is a possibility Mike makes it, and I think maybe if I had to set the odds on that, I would probably set the odds at 4 to 6%. But still, it's possible.
Yeah. So we'll lock this in. I think this is a pretty, and we'll look back on this next week, but this is pretty solid.
Yeah, I like it. That seems like the most likely scenario to me.
Cancun Mike. Sorry, man. I fought for you though. Cancun on three. One, two, three.
Cancun. But
Cancun.
look, I think it would be very nice if he made it into the playoffs, though, just to prove that none of this collusion bullshit is gonna be allowed in our league.
So just like an early, I don't know, preview. Let's just finish it off, man. Let's say
Hmm.
it is Alex versus Javi in the first round. And reseeding, we gotta keep in mind, reseeding just based off history, man. Is Javi built to make a run this year?
I fucking hate seeing Javi in the playoffs, dude. I feel like he has my number more than anybody
Uh,
else. I'm hoping that the playoffs do shake out like this, and
I want to
you
see
know,
change.
hopefully Alex wins or something, so I don't have to play Javi, or Mexico wins and I get to play Mexico. But um, yeah, between these two teams, still, give me Javi
I
because
mean, we it's too early to even. I mean, we just got to leave it as what it is right now. This is just our preview of.
oh, we're not gonna guess how it goes the rest
I
because
mean, are we gonna? Because we're gonna deep dive, right? You want to just do it? You want to just not based off matchup? I don't know who's playing who. Like, I don't know who Barkley's
no,
playing.
we'll just fucking yeah. I mean, we'll just like predict it right now. But look,
All right, all right.
like, I don't want to see Saquon in the playoffs. It's really as simple as that.
So
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 like,
we'll move Alex. We'll move Alex up.
no, we move Javi up.
Oh, so you do.
I think
So you do
Javi's
want to
gonna.
see him.
I don't personally want to see him. I don't want to face that motherfucker.
Dude,
I don't want to see Saquon on the other team against the team that I'm playing, because that guy could go for 30 easily.
yeah,
Easily.
but given this, uh, you might run into Javi. Keep in
Yeah.
mind this is reseeding, and
That's what I'm fucking worried about. That's why I need Mexico to win, because I'd rather play Mexico than Javi right now.
okay. So then that puts you at Mexico beating Julian. And you know what? I really think that Mexico, if this was the matchup, I like I said, I'm not high on Julian's team anymore after that CMC. I do think, and plus Mexico just picked up Isaac.
That's what I'm saying. I think Mexico wins that matchup if it shakes out like that as well.
Okay, so then
I predicted that. Yeah, I think that the semifinals are going to be Tyler versus Javi and myself versus Mexico. That would be my prediction.
fuck, man, these are gonna be solid matchups. Because number one, like Barkley, he's done it 4 or 5 times where he scored 30 plus,
Yeah.
and like he can do that, right?
You know
Um,
what? Fuck it. Let's call it now, bro. Javi's gonna beat Tyler in the semifinals. Call it on the
One and
pod.
done. One
One
and
and
done.
done. Put
Oh,
Javi past
bro, come
Tyler. The Hall
on.
of Ass, bro. The Hall of Ass. He can't shake this curse. He's got to change his name. If he changes his name to the Hall of Ass, then maybe I will predict him ahead. But the historic worst player in the history of fantasy football, Tyler, against arguably, I mean, is Javi like fucking the Robert Ory of this league or what? Like
The Robert Ory.
he's like the guy that gets all the rings who's fucking scoring in the playoffs, you know? And Tyler is the worst. So I don't give me the veteran with experience. Give me Javi over Tyler.
Well, this is kind of hard. Like, okay, for this league, I would fucking hate it if it was Mexico Javier in the fucking championship.
Oh, you'd never hear the end of it.
I would hate it, bro. And stop fucking splitting, guys. Do not split in the championship. Mike, I hope you learned your lesson. Um, you know what? You've been close for a long time, Mark, and you only have an 8-team championship ring. I'm sorry,
Every
bro.
ring counts.
I'm sorry. So I'm gonna move you in, bro.
All right.
I'm gonna move you in.
Another fucking matchup with Javi, dude.
Oh,
And look,
that's right. Didn't he?
how would this be? This would be a real poetic matchup. Javi and I have met in the championship before. We chopped, and then he beat He beat the brakes off me. But who doesn't want to see Derrick Henry versus Saquon Barkley in the fantasy finals? Who doesn't want to see? That's must see TV right there.
I just can't see Javi winning another ring, bro. This is easy decision for me. Not because Metrics is my pod mate, ladies and gentlemen. All right. This would be Javi has 3 ships in this league, the most. All right. Everybody else is 2 and under. Of course, 3 people that are actually looking for their first ring are all gonna make the playoffs, which is actually pretty dope. So Julian, Alex, and Tyler. But experience, man, experience here, and metrics. If this happens, I think you finally get over this hump, man, and you join the ranks of a 10-team championship winner, baby.
It would be very nice. But let me tell you, even now, 4 weeks in advance, I'm scared of fucking Javi. He is the Baba Yaga. He cannot be beat. John Wick in his prime whenever we match up. So God save me if I have to face Javi in another championship.
Oh man, this bracket. I mean, we're gonna revisit next week. Obviously, next week we got we're gonna deep dive because there's only gonna be 2 games, right? So we're gonna deep dive the freaking divisional. We'll call it
Player by player, who
Yeah.
you got. We'll do it our full breakdown like we were doing season 1, season 2 of the pod. You guys know how it goes in the playoffs. We go player by player. Who do you got? Lamar Jackson or whoever Javi's running? Probably Patrick Mahomes. I don't know who the fuck he's running at QB nowadays. Probably Jared Goff, I guess. So we'll break down player by player and then make our predictions next week.
But just to finish this off right here, if we hit this, if we hit the 1 through 6 seed, I think we're gonna nail this fucking bracket, dude. We need to get like a lotto ticket if we nail this shit.
Yeah, do a little Circa Survivor next year, the $1,000 Survivor League in fantasy. If you guys are looking to get some teams on that, hit up your boy. I'd be interested.
No, you know what? Like I said, next year there's gonna be lots of changes. Mark's commish, by the way. Mark, congratulations.
I do not accept.
No,
I'm gonna be like Joe Biden and give it to my next vice commish, whoever that is.
So Mark's commish, he's gonna be handling all bullshit from you guys from now on. But Survivor. So I'm in a league. It's a 14-team league, and they do Survivor. And what it is from week 1. So you take a certain amount of money from the pot and you set it aside for Survivor. So week 1 starts, right? All the points are scored, whatever. Lowest points of the week for that week gets eliminated from Survivor. Then it goes on to next week. Then the lowest points from the remaining teams, again, eliminated until there is a survivor champion at the end of the season.
I like that. And we got to remember to actually like say this during the draft next year because
Yeah.
motherfuckers try us all the time. Don't fuck with Kim Jong Un. I will deport your ass. Kim Jong Swinson will deport you to the G League of fantasy football. You'll be playing for fucking $5 on ESPN when I'm done with you. Don't fuck with the dictator.
Yeah, I'm gonna figure out a way to spread out bonuses next year, man. Survivors in for sure, and then I think we got to sprinkle like I don't know, maybe $50 to whoever wins the league, right? Whoever gets first place, or most points, we'll decide on it. But changes, man. We're laying down the law next year. This is just a little preview. There's just too much shit going on, man. But next week's gonna be fun. And it
Kamish, before we sign off, I know you wanted to announce who got our weekly bonuses this year.
mm, mm-hmm. Yes,
So
sir.
let's get
So
into that before we log off this week.
bonuses. Week 1 was the highest running back. Who don't you want to face in the playoffs metrics?
Saquon motherfucking Barkley.
Congrats, Javi. That's minus $50 off your total that you haven't paid. So this is just like free money. I don't know who's getting this money. Week 3 we had the highest defense. And I got excited when I was checking because I had 13 points by Seattle. And I got all the way down to the last matchup, only for it to go to fucking Joaquin, man. Of all people, Joaquin. So congrats, Joaquin. Week 3, you are a $50 winner. Week 5, we had the highest tight end, and you'll never guess who had the highest tight end.
Hmm.
Punch.
Bunch. Wow. All right. Good for
off
him.
off a waiver pickup, bro. Kraft from Green Bay put up like 23 fantasy points that week. Insane. And of course, the blow up by Jamar Chase. So our number 1 seed Ty, at least you're getting $50 back, but we're picking you to choke again, baby. And by the way, that shit was so funny last year because if that bracket does stand and Mexico does play Tyler, this is exact same shit that happened last year. And Tyler didn't even say bye, bro. He fucking threw some shit and left Danny K's all pissed. Let's run it back. Let's
Danny
run it back.
K's again for week 1 or week 2, whenever we're available. I'm down. I'll be
The
there.
second round, it would be the semis. That not the semis, right? Yeah,
Quarters or
semis.
semis? You want to do
Oh,
this week?
quarters.
Yeah, either one. Yeah.
We'll have to do quarters. We'll meet up for quarters. Um, and yeah, man, let's get it popping, man. It's about to get juicy. Good luck, Mike. You're in the
Good
hole,
luck, Mike.
man. We picked against you, but I hope you can pull it off, man. But the odds are against you. Jeremy, you can start packing. Get the next flight. We'll see you out here.
Get those swimsuits ready for your trip.
We'll see you with Cancun. All right, man. Good luck to everybody. We'll see you guys next week.
Peace.